Good morning, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, dear ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Global Think Tank Forum held here in Baku alongside COP29. It's an honor to convene in such an important setting that represents bridge between G20, G7, and COP29, addressing major challenges coming from the shifts in global governance, climate change, and the technological revolution, and place rich in history, and now space dedicated to forging our future, the future of our planet. While inching forward on adaptation planning, collectively developing countries are falling behind implementation of adaptation plan because of a huge, enormous gap between adaptation financial needs on one hand, on the other hand, financial flows. Therefore, this is especially relevant in the context of new collective quantified goal. In addition to finance, we have to strengthen our endeavors in terms of capacity building, technology transfer, and increase efficiency, efficacy, and relevance of adaptation plans. Point is that majority of countries has national adaptation plans, but we have to meet this gap because not all countries achieved alignment between national adaptation plan and nationally determined goals. And that's why we should increase alignment between these two instruments, national adaptation plan and nationally determined contributions, so that to increase strategic investment and to raise efficiency and relevance of adaptation plans. As countries update their national determined contributions, we have new opportunity to increase these efforts. Let me just put side by side some figures just to introduce our perspective and to get the heart of the matter. Point is that global adaptation financing needs is $387 billion per year. Model cost of adaptation is $215 billion per year. However, international public finance on adaptation is less than $30 billion per year. In other words, achieving Glasgow Climate Pact goal of doubling adaptation against 2019 levels, we need to increase financing, climate finance, involving private sector as well. Now we generate about 100 trillion GDP. If we redirect only 1% of this GDP, in other words, $1 trillion to adaptation climate actions, then we could accelerate energy transition, adaptation mitigation process. When we compare global adaptation financing needs, in other words, 1 trillion, with 2.4 trillion fashion industry, $2.44 trillion global military expenditure, $7 trillion global fossil fuel subsidies, and $14.2 trillion the net worth of world billionaires, it becomes clear that there is enormous, huge amount of finance to be collected towards adaptation and climate action. UN adaptation gap report reveals that it is easier to finance non-regret relevant and reactive incremental adaptation as well as in market sector. But conversely, it is difficult to finance adaptation plans in terms of transformation, strategic adaptation. That's why the focus on historic financing in terms of project-based, incremental, and reactive adaptation activities should change towards anticipatory transformational adaptation plans. At the end, I would like to give a quote from UN Secretary General. He said that we are in the final countdown to limit global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius to avoid the worst climate challenge. But time is not on our side. And that's why we should urge global leaders at the COP29 to let them be guided by a clear notion, clear idea that climate finance is not charity, it is investment. Climate action is not optional, it is imperative. At the end, I would like to extend my gratitude to all facilitators, as well as Asian Development Bank, Asian Development Bank Institute, and CAREC Institute. I hope our format, today's format, I would call, by the way, this format the Rethink and Redo format, addressing global governance challenge, addressing climate challenge, and addressing technological challenge will be sustainable. And I hope we will have discussions within G20 and G7 and COP next in Brazil. Thank you very much. Good luck.